Morning, YouTube friends and fam. How are ya? Got something I would like to discuss on the topic of drama following people. I had a friend over a few days ago that says, drama follows me everywhere I go. I can't get away from it. Well, there's two reasons why this is. One, you yourself are creating the drama. Everything's like the worst thing ever and you blow things way the hell out of proportion. And two, you're feeding it. If you stop feeding into bullshit and drama and stop creating it, guess what? It goes away. So, and if you squash the drama right at the source and you keep on that shit and stay away from drama queens, then guess what? Your life gets so much better. Also, you're bitching that you can't get to codes because you don't want to have your medication tallied. Well, then you don't need to be on methadone because they have to audit your medication when you get your prescription because that's the federal law. Most doctors these days will not give you benzo drugs or anti-anxiety drugs like Klonopin, Xanax, Valium, lithium, Haldol, Cogentin, things like that. They won't give it to you if you're on methadone because if you take the two together, you can stop breathing and die. That's why it has to be audited. If benzos come up in your drug test and you don't got a script for it, guess what? You lost your code. Lose your code enough times and you keep dropping dirty every drug test, eventually they're going to boot you out of the program. So you can either bust your ass and do what you're supposed to do and get your code, or you could be a whiny little bitch who ain't getting no damn where, busting your ass to get your code, lose the code 5 minutes after you get the damn code. Repeat, 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 repeat. If that's what you want to do, fine. But you have zero, and I mean absolutely zero reason to complain about the mess you are putting yourself in. Ain't no one telling you to do all this unnecessary extra activity that's going to cause you to fail your drug test. Nobody is telling you to do this. Nobody is forcing this shit on you. Nobody is forcing you to use these things so that you do drop dirty. This is the choice you, yourself, as a grown, able-bodied, fully coherent and cognizant adult are making for yourself. Therefore, you got no room to talk. Also, another thing is, what I cannot stand is when people are bitching and moaning and talking about other people, and these people are doing the exact same thing that they're bitching about others doing. Case in point, oh, well, so-and-so's away, he's doing drugs, he's stealing, he's doing this, he's doing that. And here you are doing the exact dead-ass same thing that these people are doing, and you're talking shit about them for doing something that you yourself are doing. So, pot, meet, kettle. You know? How are you gonna sit there and say that, Joe Schmo is wrong for shoplifting, this, that, and the third, and here you are doing the same thing? How are you gonna say that so-and-so's a bad person for being drunk all the time, and you couldn't fall in a straight line, much less walk one? How are you gonna complain that so-and-so's doing every drug there is when you're doing the same thing? How are you going to call someone irresponsible with money because they're buying everything they don't need, and here you are doing the same thing and need mommy and daddy to bail you out every month, on every bill, every single month, for years at a time? You see what I'm saying? You know, and as far as Tori Spelling, I said it's about damn time she got fed up with her lazy ass ain't shit husband laying around like third base. He's been doing it forever and a day. It is more than time. It's way past time for him to put on his grown man drawers, pull himself up by his bootstraps, and get with the damn program. He's saying he can't pay child support to his first wife for his first child who's 17. But yet he can afford to have 5 more kids when he can't support one? Really? Please explain the logic behind this, because child support for one single child is way less than it is for 6 or more. And also, a lot of people have asked me when my husband and I got divorced why I didn't ask for alimony. Well, what would be simpler? Just saying, fuck the alimony, or pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees and court costs to enforce a maybe, if I'm lucky, $5 a month alimony. What would be simpler? Say, nah, I ain't about that, or keep having to fight this thing month after month after month, and I'm losing money because paying hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees and court costs to enforce a maybe $5 a month alimony. How does that make sense? I'd be like, no, that's okay. I don't get child support for none of my kids either, so it's like, you know what? I ain't even going to trip on that because, yeah, it's supposed to be mandatory, but there are people, and I got involved with one who would work jobs where you get paid under the table, so it's not taxed, and therefore the child support's not taken out of the paycheck because ain't no paycheck, it's cash under the table. There are some shitty-ass people like that, and that's why, while my husband says he wants another child, he's got one from a prior relationship. I have 3 from prior, well, 2 from prior relationships, one because I was raped by a so-called friend, none with my husband. He wants a kid with me, and I say, no. And it's not that I don't love him, it's just, you know, I've had a lot of complications with the last pregnancy. I had preeclampsia, I had all this. I'm not willing to risk it. And on this week, Thursday, I turned 39. And as we all know, the older a woman is when she conceives, the greater the risk for something to go kerflooey despite doing everything you're supposed to do. And I ain't about to do that. I'm sorry, no. I am not going to do that. Sorry.